Hey there, other internet users, Mark here. And have you ever wondered, why is it when I click on the list of are your favorite Nickelodeon stars and where are they today, that when I click it shows me number 1, and then I gotta click and go to another page for number 2, and then I gotta click and go to another page for number 3, and I never get to see what number 7 is even like. You ever wonder why they do that? It's about money. And what we're going to talk about today is why they do that and how that websites actually do make money off of advertising and the different kind of advertising they might actually have on their website. So now you have an idea of why they make you click 400 times through to see that whole list, all right? And the first thing I want to talk about is that one where those blogs make you click on 15 different pages and have 15 different pages open up for you to actually get your list. What they're doing is called CPM, cost per thousand. Okay, that's what they're going for. And what CPM is basically a website agrees with an advertiser, and the advertiser says, look, I will pay you $10 for 1,000 impressions of my ad on your website. And so for them to get, for that website to get the $10, they need 1,000 impressions. And how do we get more impressions? Well, we make people click from link to link to link. Because you notice on those lists, it always seems like the ads pop up first, and then you get to see like number 2, click again, ads pop up again, and then number 3. They do that because then that's another impression. Remember, an impression is anytime something shows up on a website, that's called an impression, okay? So if you're watching this on YouTube and you look over there at all those videos, suggested videos things, each one of those showing up, that's an impression, okay? So you're paying, I'll pay you $10 for 1,000 impressions. So this can be very helpful for advertisers that just want to get the word out. Look, we just want people to see our ad 1,000 times, okay? We just want to get it out there everywhere. I don't care who sees it, I don't care where they see it, I just want them to see it. So we're trying to build awareness maybe for a movie. Have you ever noticed when the summer blockbusters are starting, your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook, your normal websites, the banner ads are start showing ads for that video? Yeah, because all they care about is getting people to know that it's coming, okay? So that's why the advertisers that do this are ones that want to build awareness. And usually you'll see it a lot on small blogs and small websites, because for them, they're like, well, I don't know if I can get people to come here a lot to buy stuff, but at least I'm getting some money because at least the ad shows up. And so if they're not sure they could like sell things and stuff like that, just having that impression there can help them make money. So you'll see them do things like that. You know, Google AdWords has CPM, or you might see that in front of like a YouTube video. They have videos that just pop up and you're like, okay, it's there. So there could be that CPM, okay? Now what's cool is this CPM is totally simple for a blogger or a website to put in. It's just a line of code that's there. Also, it's easier to track because you can see like, oh, the impression's been there. It showed up. So it's easier for the advertiser to do those things. But the bad thing is you don't know if people actually looked at the ad. You don't know if the ad is placed in a good location. And so for an advertiser, you're like, well, how do I know it's actually working? Well, you don't, and that's why this is usually one of the cheaper ways to do online ads. And also, since it's so simple and people just kind of go with it, that's why you see a lot of websites abusing it by making you go through those lists for a different site. Like, oh, the second thing you love about Vienna, the third thing, they go to another page and another page and another page, just so they can get those impressions. And the biggest thing about this CPM one that you might not like as an advertiser is you don't really know if it's effective, because maybe people aren't clicking, you're not paying for people to click on anything. You're not seeing if any sales are getting developed from this. You're just trying to get, hey, we're out there. And so that can make it a little more complicated. So advertisers, what they might do is, let's say, look, I need a little more guarantee that people actually come to my website than just they know that my website exists. So I want them to know my website exists, CPM. I want them to go to my website, that is CPC, cost per click. And what this is you pay people a certain amount for every click that your website delivers. So that would be, hey, I'll give you $10 for every time someone clicks on my ad on your website and then they go to my website. And so for this one, hey, we're only paying for ads that deliver. So that tends to inspire the websites, the bloggers, and these kind of things to make sure that that ad is the exact right spot, because then they know it's going to have a better chance of getting clicked on. So if I'm talking about, the Vienna card, I'm going to make sure it's in the, hey, getting around Vienna part of the blog. I'm going to put it right there so people might click on it to learn more. And the thing is, if you're an advertiser and you're not sure if you can really track the sales on your website or where they're from, you can at least track the traffic you get from some websites. So you can see, oh, they're coming from here, they're coming from here, and that can be something that cost per click really helps you with. And what's so great about this cost per click is you're paying not to be ignored, okay? You only pay when people actually click, so it's people that actually want to go to your site. So that makes things a lot better. And making sure that the ads are displaying correctly, because if they're not, I mean, if they're showing up at the bottom of the blog, well, no one's actually going to see it because no one goes to the very bottom. You want to make sure it's on the sidebar or at the top of the banner or in the middle or something like that, okay? And then there's the next level. This one is called CPA, cost per action. And this is, I will pay you $20 for every person that clicks on the ad on your website, comes to my page, and then buys something. This time you're really incentivizing the blogger or the website to kind of make sure they're putting those ads in the right place, because man, I can get a good payoff if they actually buy stuff from what they see on my website. If you've ever gone to a blog and you've seen Amazon links on there where it's like, oh, hey, you were looking at this at Amazon, maybe buy this now. Well, those people, when you click on that and buy it, they get a percentage of that sale. That's another cost per action. Amazon does a percentage of the sale. Some places just say, we'll give you a certain amount per sale you have. So you have those things. But the thing is, the key thing is, you're only paying for actual sales. You're not paying for people to click and go, that's not for me. That's cost per click. You're not paying for people just to look at your ad and not do anything. That's CPM. This is you saying, look, I'm only paying when people bring money into me. And that really is a big incentive for the websites to put it in the right place, to have it displayed correctly, and things like that. Now, the disadvantage of this is, well, sometimes this is kind of hard to track. You have to have the data technology and all these things to track these things. That's why most of the time you see it's Amazon, because Amazon's got Amazon Web Services and all this stuff to really handle all this information, and they can track, oh, that was on a Wolters World blog or a Professor Wolters blog, and then it went to our Amazon site, and then they bought it within 10 minutes. Mark gets a 3% of that sale. That's what we're looking at. So that's why it's just really important you have really good ISIT if you're going to be doing this cost per action, okay? If you don't have good IT, you can just do CPM and you'll be fine, all right? Now, and then there's a fourth one I want to talk about, and that's just a negotiated way of putting ads on there. I have this a lot on my travel channel where companies will contact me like, hey, I want to put an ad for rental cars in Iceland on your Iceland blog. Okay, on this specific blog for renting a car in Iceland. I'm like, okay, they're like, how much are your rates? And so we negotiate. Well, is it like $500 for a month, or what is it for? You'll go back and forth and kind of decide. And that's something that's why you'll see some bloggers will have, look at our information. Here's our media kit. So they can see their impressions and their demographics. And so you'll negotiate what that price will be for that to be on the site for however long you want it there. Maybe for a month or 6 months, or maybe just for a week. Like, hey, I want this ad up during introduction week in the new semester. So students that are trying to find new places, they come see us. All right, fair enough. But you negotiate that one-on-one. And this is really good if there's a very specific site you want to be on. Because CPM, CPC, CPA, a lot of times are run by third parties and stuff like this. Negotiations, you can just talk directly to that website. Say, hey, I want to be on your train specialty website, and I want to be on this page. And that's what's cool about it. You can be very niche focused for that ad. And these are used by usually smaller websites or niche websites. And they're used because look, I know I have this one small, tiny niche. And so this works really well for us. So you have a lot more kind of connection between the ads and the website. If you go to a blog and you're like, man, these ads are like exactly right for what I'm thinking about on this blog, a lot of times it might be that. They might just negotiate it with it because, like, look, instead of me dealing with Google AdWords or something like that, a straight check from you might be easier. Now, the thing is, though, with these negotiated ones, there's no guarantee of success on this. There's no promise that, yes, you're definitely going to get sales from this because you're on there. It's kind of you're hoping you'll get sales from that. And the thing is, sometimes it's hard to find a site that's really that specific. I mean, is there a site out there that's for tourist families with 2 boys that want to go to Hallstatt, Austria in October for 2 days? Well, there might not be one that's that specific, so you might have a tough time that way. And also, sometimes very small niche blogs actually don't advertise, so you might not even get to advertise on them anyway. But the thing is, overall, these negotiated ads, They're very simple to use. It's just code putting in. It's simple, so for the advertiser, and it's simple for the blogger as well, so it can be very effective in terms of just saying, look, it's simple for you to do, and you're done, versus make sure we're tracking all this stuff, which can make it more complicated. Anyway, I hope this helps you know a bit more about CPM, cost per thousand, CPA, cost per action, CPC, cost per click, also negotiated rates as well. So you want to learn more? Click subscribe. We put out new marketing and YouTube videos every so often, so go check them out there. And bye from Vienna.